If you're not satisfied with your chess level, I'll give you a complete masterclass. Just give me an hour. I'll show you puzzles, I'll show you openings, I'll teach you some stuff, I'll show you middle games, a bit of end games, some sample lines. I'll give you a lot of tips. This video is just a masterclass. So let's get into it. In the previous video, you saw how I found counterplay in a completely losing position and use my counterplay to draw a completely lost position. As I do here and there, I will first show you how I make puzzles. I see that this is a problem. I see a lot of weird correlations. If I take, for example, my bishop opens up. If I take, this weak diagonal opens up. If I take, oh, I can take, and if you take, I have this fork. That's probably it, because this doesn't work. You just take, and I don't have a sacrifice. This exchange doesn't really help me, because you cover this check anyway. And I don't really have a lot of other forcing moves. So let's calculate this. Takes, I win 5, I lose 4. I can give this check, you move, I'm up 5. You save your rook, I can save my knight defending my bishop, so there shouldn't be any complications to that. And now I can just pre-move the whole tactic, basically. And that's how you should make puzzles. Look for correlations and things you recognize, and keep calculating until you're confident you can pre-move the whole puzzle without there being any move you didn't already see. So I have check as a forcing move, I have check, I have check. I could check, but after takes I don't see why I did it. I have check, I have check. If I check, you only have one move, so that's a good point to start calculating. Then I could check, you have to go back, and then I can, if I check, you can run here and there, so that shouldn't be all too good. Check, you go here. Oh, I have check as well. And I think that's mate. Yeah, and I can pre-move it. So that was very well. I just looked at all of my checks. Didn't just play the first check I saw. I looked at the checks. I looked at what do they do. And then I just looked for a sequence with my checks until I could pre-move it. So I see that this is a pretty drawn its position, but I do have the annoying thing that this is quite close to promoting. I see check, I see takes, I see the spin force rook trade. If I go for this, he has takes, takes, push, I go here, you queen with a check, I'm done. So this is bad. I can take, but then you have check, rook comes here, you can blockade my pawn and bring your king, so I don't think that I can win that. So what I'm thinking about is check, only move to keep defending your rook, and then pawn check. You do have the move that you don't actually take, but then I might have check, and I'm occupying this square, so you're forced to take. I will take. You can push, I can put a rook behind it. So I think I can pre-move it now. And then, yeah, pawn push, rook here is what I calculated as well. So, I mean, that was a very good run. I don't know my puzzle rating at the moment. I'll look it up. In just a moment, my puzzle rating is 1800. I think I've had. Oh, no, okay. I didn't really have a way higher rating ever, apparently. So let's start the game. So we will see what we will face. And if you like practical tips like this, don't miss out and subscribe for sure. We are facing a barely 1700. We'll see if he skips me. He doesn't. A lot of people skip in this elo. I've had a lot of aborted games. I didn't really have that before. So we're in an exchange Corocom. You should bring out this knight first. He pins, but that doesn't matter. And if he plays this, the rule, by the way, a very practical rule, is that if he attacks your bishop, if the bishop is here or his knight is there on c3, you should take. I can just be like the other cheat teachers and tell you that you should take, or I can actually explain why. The problem is that he has this stronghold here, so if I refuse to take, you could move your queen, maybe try to go here. Now I'm pinned, I'm attacked. Like, let's say bishop here, you don't even have to move your queen. You could go here. I have to go there. Then knight e5, attacking my bishop, attacking my pinned knight. That looks like trouble. And the reason why you should take with the knight on c3 is that there's no pawn to defend the d4 pawn, which means that this will be weak and you are just destabilizing the pawn. So now he has a threat to take this pawn. Oh, he doesn't. My queen defended, but it doesn't matter. So I only have one more thing that I should figure out. Do I put my knight here? Or do I rotate my knight like this? And honestly, I think I like my knight here. So I'm thinking about, if I do this, you can pin me. I can win a tempo. Maybe he gives up his bishop there, which would be nice. And if I go here, you go there. I win a tempo, you go back. I can just put my queen here. And if you take, I'll take with the bishop and I'll be totally fine. So I think I like knight here. Just maybe he falls for this kind of trap. It's not really a trap. I'm not winning material, but I'll win a very, very slight advantage. So now he's threatening that if I go here, this is a pin and this is a less defended. But I don't think I care, really. I think I'll attack the bishop and see, like... Also, one thing is, this does a lot of things. First of all, it stops these complications. Second of all, if he takes, I can take with this knight and everything is fine and defended. Yeah, okay, he goes for this setup, which is good. Third of all, what this move does is it puts another pawn on a light square. Why is that important? Because I don't have light squared bishop. So my dark squared bishop will thrive, and I will still control all of the light squares, which is fantastic. So now we have to think about how do we develop our other pieces. Do I want a bishop here or a bishop there? And usually if you put a bishop here, the idea is to gain control over g5, which looks like a good idea because controlling d6, I would put a bishop here, queen there, and I'm not even controlling f4 because he has two pieces attacking that. I mean, controlling the square. So this is the level where you are actually attacking squares, which was a very vague concept that I never understood as a lower rated player until I thought about actual tactics. Um, It's quite risky to castle in this queen, is it? So like, see what my opponent does. I don't know if it was intentional, but I was fighting for the g5 square. He moved his queen with an attack, neutralizing my I want to go here threat, which is actually very smart. I, by the way, am thinking about what if I go rook here, you go there, bishop here, is your queen trapped? No, because I cannot control this. What if pawn here attacking you, you go there, bishop attacks you, you always have this. So I think if his pawn was here, this is actually a viable queen trap, if I'm calculating correctly, which I think I am. But I mean, it doesn't work. I cannot control this. So if I castle, bishop goes to h6, posing a checkmating threat. I could just put my bishop here, and your threats are gone. If rook goes out here to put more pressure via g3, I could move my king, opening up a attack on your bishop. If you ignore my attack, I can take, and I cover both checkmating squares 2 times with my king, my bishop, and my rook. So I think I survive castling. It's scary, you have to calculate it all the way through, but I think if he does this, I can defend. If you try to put more pressure, I can just slide out of the way. And then I'm attacking your bishop, so you have to move your bishop, all pressure is gone. And then, oh, you instantly go for it, this. This, by the way, gives me the g5 square. If I take g5, you have to go back, and after takes and takes, I can start my attack, and I just undeveloped your rook completely. What if I do this and you actually ignore my threat? Oh, that's scary. Oh, it's good I calculated this. Okay, so this looks genius because you blocked your own bishop, but you can pose a checkmating threat through my bishop. And imagine I go here, rook there, I have to go to f6, covering checkmate. After bishop h6, I lost a tempo, dancing the salsa on g5 and f6. So I have to put my king on h8. You can take, checkmate. Yeah, so I'm screwed if I do that. So I think I have to anticipate you trying this. So I can put my bishop here, rook here, slide out of the way so that bishop h6 isn't a threat. And what if I go here, you go there, I slide out of the way, bishop g5. I can ignore an attack, and if you take, my queen will cover everything that I used to cover with my rook. So I think I have to defend, and this is one thing that, if you saw a couple of my last videos, I struggle with playing too egoistical or egocentrical or whatever. I used to think like I attack rook, I attack bishop, so rook has to defend bishop. Good move, and I would just autopilot it, not thinking about what are his actual threats, and that looks like a blunder though. But I will waste the tempo, and after this I will have to go back anyway. So I thought he blundered again, but it still doesn't work. So let's just push my plan now that I have neutralized your plan. And if it gets spicy on the king side, my knight could be able to rotate, covering this, attacking your rook, and covering this. So that's not actually a threat yet. So should I do this to cover, and cover? Because if I cover your checkmating square, I cover your bishop infiltration via this pin, and I attack your rook placement. That looks like a strong knight. I think I want to go for this, and this is a very annoying move, but I cannot really stop it. And you can infiltrate if you want. I cut pawn break. My opponent is not using time. I think you can see it in some of his decisions, like putting your rook, like committing your rook here with no actual threat grants me this maneuver, pressuring your center, controlling infiltration, controlling checkmate, and I can attack your rook. So you invested the tempo, committing your rook to a square where I can gain a tempo back. Is I just said, whoa, it's okay. It's okay. So that's actually smart. Um, that's a very defensive maneuver, but quite a good one. So if I go here, you can do this. I can put my knight here. I mean, I don't want to draw though. If I would prefer a draw, maybe I would do it, but here, push my plan, knight goes here, attack the queen, and you don't have a checkmating threat anymore, and my knight looks quite bad. Oh, you can take. No, because your knight is here. From the moment your knight moves, I should go here. But maybe you have tactics. Because if you take opening up this with this pin, so this can be a bad move. Like this has a clear threat and I gain the tempo. And maybe I have to put my knight here, still controlling this. Maybe. Wow, that looks very passive though. If I go here, you take. I can. How will I take? Hmm. I don't know yet, but I should have threats enough. Oh, you just ignore me. Cool. That feels like a blunder, but takes, take. Um, I take a pawn. You take a knight. And if I take, you have to check. I go here, and that looks very scary. And after takes, yeah, that looks bad. So, hmm. If I go here, you push, take. You cannot do that. Here, take. Hmm. Put pressure. I mean, that should be fine. I could also take, but after takes. Rook takes, queen here. That looks good as well. So I think I should take actually, because if I go here, my knight is not as good as it looks. So I think your knight will be stronger in the future with like these types of moves, and my bishop has to go. All of a sudden, this is checkmate. And this is again a point where I would have lost a couple of episodes ago. I would just underestimate my opponent's threats and die. So if I take, you go here. Do you have a threat? Take, checkmate is quite a threat. So do I slide out of the way first so that after this I can just take, everything is defended, and I can make this fortress if needed. I think I do need that to stop you from infiltrating via h6. I unpin my king. And if you go here, I can fork both of your pawns. You can only save one. And then I can activate my rooks, bringing them to the two open files. And I do not know what that move does. What's the plan? What is the plan? I have no clue. Let's take. Maybe he just wants to attack this so I cannot move my rook. So I should think about a move like Queen c7, attacking this and defending that so I can move my rooks. Or a move like this to keep this aligned. So that if he tries to infiltrate like this, I can take and maybe trade queens if he allows it. So which one is the best? I don't have a lot of time anymore. If I go here, bishop here, take, queen take, push, and you can attack like this, I think I should play more defensively with queen to e7, still keeping my queen quite active, and I think I have to control your g5 infiltration square. And now we'll see. So now I have two very strong files. Yeah, fair enough, that's smart. But I don't think you can take me because I will have a lot of threats. But I think you have to take me. You don't have a choice. But then I'll have rook to b1, and it's quite difficult to stop my infiltration. Yeah, I think that's a bad move he played. So now I have infiltration, which is quite difficult to stop, like quite impossible even. And if I can pin your bishop, I gain access here. You will have to defend for the rest of your life. Okay, that's a move as well. So takes. I have check first. Check here. Take, rook take. Check. Here, take. So I think I have to check first. Nice, that's good for me. Now I can take. If you take with the queen, my rook is more active. If you take with the rook, you don't actually have a threat. If I mindlessly check you, you can take like this. So I do have to be very careful. I have check. You can, by the way, block, and I cannot actually use this because this blunders me. That looks quite depressing. You don't have a threat, so I'm attacking two pawns now. And I think this is good. Okay, that's a nice threat. I can do this, attacking your queen. And the same threats. Here you go there. I take, you can take. That's maybe not actually good. This creates a lot of weaknesses, but I think it's necessary. I cannot allow your infiltration, but after check I go here, you have nothing. And if you want to trade queens, I can take, and take this, take that. Probably this first because it generates a passed pawn immediately. Now my king has activated and your queen has kind of deactivated a bit. So if you go here, I can take, and no, maybe I should take this instead. Okay, so that's a move. I can take, go here. Mm, go here to take and exploit this. Yeah, I mean, this shouldn't be a threat, right? You can do this, but after takes and takes, I'm still totally safe. There shouldn't be a threat. Especially with your king. Oh, shoot, I underestimated you again. Oh, this is bad. So here, check, go here, take, and you have a very strong passed pawn. Oh, I blundered again. This leads to maiden 1. I have absolutely nothing. I mean, I only have one move not to get mated, so let's not waste too much time. But after check, go here and takes. This is a very annoying situation to try and survive. Takes. If you trade queens, I might be able to stop your pawn. If I can freeze your pawn, I have the only pass pawn which poses a threat. Check there. I messed it up, probably. But if I can take, and get here, I should be in a good position. If he allows me, check here, takes. I can take now. You cannot move with a check. So you should move. I go here, you push, I have check. King moves. I can take your rook. You can queen. And I think I have a checkmate there, so wow. Wow. Okay, bro, that's very smart. Wow. No, like actually that's very smart. Damn. Um Here if you take and take, that's a check, you have to leave. And I don't have any infiltration anywhere. Wow. That's disgustingly smart. So push the pawn, check here, take. Um, go somewhere, go here. You cannot intervene anymore. So if you push, I still have check, but now you can come here. I mean, there's no way you survive that, right? So can I just push my pawn, but that doesn't actually accomplish anything, does it? If I take, you can just come everywhere you want, and I don't actually have a threat, so I should lose. I think I can just do nothing for a move. And I still have the same threats. But if you are smart and do something like this, oh, you instantly go for that check. I didn't actually calculate that, but it should be the same. And now I should go for this, and then you have to come there. And I don't see what I should do. Yes, I should think. But I mean, here, there. And I just can't infiltrate my queen somehow. Like, that's my problem. Maybe make this stupid pawn break. Then you have a forced queen trade. Oh no, my rook sees that. And if my queen is here, I stop your promotion. So maybe make this to get check. Maybe that's what I need. Push, check, go here. Pawn break, queen, check, leave, check, leave, check, run so I cannot take your rook with a check. This is difficult. Check if you block, I take, you can leave, I cannot check you anymore. Oh, I have check. And if you block, I'll get check. Oh, I never get check because you made a queen. Oh, that's so annoying. Oh, that's disgustingly annoying. Oh, but that should be stupid. Check. Go here. Do I still not have actual infiltration? Check. That's not possible. Check, go here and you're just safe. If I get my queen there, I'm not even posing a threat. Oh wait, I have made in one. But then you get check. I go here. Do you not have a check after that? Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, but if rook takes, I go here, you have check, I go here, and then you can queen check, I go there, check here. Not made because of my pawn I pushed like 20 moves ago, that's cool. But I should be quite done. But I mean, I don't have a choice, right? If takes, I still cannot infiltrate other than this, you will push. And then I have to just keep checking you until draw, maybe? Take, infiltrate. If queen here, I can take, okay. So I do have a thread, and after this, maybe that's the best I have. I only have 2 minutes left, like here, here. You have rook takes, only one move not to get mated. Oh, and you don't have this because my rook sees that. Oh no, screw it. I'll go for a draw or a loss. A win over a loss. I don't want to draw. I hate people that play for a draw. King here, queen here, and after check here, I actually cover this. And you don't have an actual thread anymore. Like check here, rook check, I can just leave. Rook check, I can just leave. Rook check, I can just leave. And then queen check, come here, and maybe I blundered. I don't know. I mean, it's a coin toss. It's a coin toss. I have no clue. So rook goes here, I have to go there. You have check. I only have one legal move. One legal move. Check. I go here, and then you have queen check. So what if I go here instead? Wait, that blunders a rook. That blunders your work. You have takes. Mm, you can take that pawn and it's still very complicated, but I can put my rook here. And then I should have a threat with this. Oh, but this is not actually defended. After it takes here, this is just a fork. So you go there. And I have to find a beautiful resource. I have this. Check, leaf, check, leaf. That doesn't look beautiful, but... Oh, this is so difficult. So if I go here, you take with a check I have to block. Yeah, I think so. And my threat is to take this and then take your queen. And I think I should be able to at least sack my queen for this pawn so I can push this one. So I think you have to take, then I can block. But I don't see your next threat. If you go here, I can just take. You do have check as well. That's bad. Now I have forced queen trade and you should lose. Yeah, if you defend this, I can take with a check. Yeah, okay, wow, that was beautiful. That was an awesome game. If you like practical tips and gameplay like this, subscribe. I blundered, mistake too. I never said if you like good gameplay. I said practical and those words. So, yeah, here you have to take. If you go for this, you should be losing. Yeah, so attack, go here and knight here is what I said. Exactly. So this is a problem, this is a problem. And castling kingside now is risky because he already started an avalanche. So this is quite a horrible position. So you have to take if the bishop is here because the spin is a threat, and if the knight is here because the pawn cannot actually stabilize the d-pawn and you can just attack it. And after queen takes, I solidify my structure. Apparently attacking it instantly is also good. This is an inaccuracy here, and my problem with this now is you don't have to take as a problem apparently. And my knight here is quite dumb. Oh, my best move is to go back so that I can put it here. So the knight here is quite strong, but only if he traded his light squared bishop, I think. That's what I will learn from it. And I'll see in the future if it's correct or not, but wow. He had maiden too. Wow, I'm distracted, but apparently I blundered quite heavily. So, yeah, I think that's what I should learn from it because the engine actually wants this rotate over, which is quite dumb because I just put my knight here. So, probably what I should learn is first attack the bishop, and if it trades, this is a nice move. If it doesn't trade, this is a nice move. So that's probably why I messed up. So this is the best move. Takes is the best move. Yeah, taking with this knight and not with the pawn. With the pawn is fine, but then you're attacking this. But why? Because you will pawn break against it anyway. So that doesn't make sense. Going for this was better, and that was a fine move. I like that move a lot, but I mean it goes from 0-1 to 0-1, so it's basically one of the best moves. It just stops my control on g5 with a threat, which is actually very smart. Castling is the best move. I should have thought about it very long, and I did, which is quite nice. Putting my bishop here was better. Oh, you cannot post threats if you don't actually control the g3 square. Fair enough. And what if I put my bishop here and you put a pawn there? That's a big mistake because now you gave me a lot of weaknesses to work with. And if you just develop, I can attack it, you have to defend it, and now you have to allocate all of your pieces to this weakness, and I can start attacking. What if you go for the weakness? I keep attacking. I mean, yeah, this gives up a pawn, but maybe it's better to give up a pawn to release all of my pressure, no? Oh no, I just don't take it. I blockade this and I... Okay, fair enough, but why is this so bad? Because my attack lands, fair enough. And if you take, pawn take, rooks opens up, I will soften your position if I can. You have to defend. I can push. Is this not a threat? This is good for me. I can infiltrate, attack everything in your position. You have to defend. And I win another pawn. I'll be able to infiltrate. So you have to defend it already. I can pose more threats. You can attack my knight. I can just jump over. You defend. And I can attack again. You can defend again. I have to shuffle, of course. I will not make a draw. Like, what is this line? What now? This is a draw. What? We are making a draw, right? That has been 3 times the same position. I mean, I'm quite annoyed at the engine. What is the second best move? Because the first one is make a draw when you're completely winning, which is dumb. Okay, take. Thank you. So take, forced to take back, and now I have queen to d4, pinning this, potentially pinning that, allowing infiltration. Yeah, this is a beautiful move. I'm attacking, pinning, attacking, maybe pinning. I'm allowing infiltration. If the knight moves, I'll have infiltration over there. And your rook is not actually defended. So let's say you defend like this, I instantly get check. And you are screwed. You simply cannot allow infiltration like that, but it's quite difficult not to, is it? So this is a very beautiful line. I didn't really see. So what happened? This happened, and I did the wrong thing, but it's still a draw. I pushed my plan, which is nice. He pushed his plan. I can defend. He tried something. This is not actually the best move. The best move is b4, just completely ignoring everything. And after knight goes here, let's say takes. Queen to a... Oh, it's my move, my bad. Okay, so queen to a5. Attacking everything, and we are not concerned of anything he's doing. Queen to d1 is mandatory. Or bishop to d2. Or knight to f1. That's disgusting. So let's say he goes for bishop d2. Then rook f2. We are actually putting my defensive rook out of his duty. Oh, it's the best move until you play it. Yeah, fair enough. Oh no, okay, it's b8. My bad. So we're going for infiltration, attacking this, and we are not concerned still. Queen to d1 is still mandatory, or a4 to make this infiltration less of a threat, because I'm not attacking this, and you're deactivating my queen. Or bishop to e1 to get out of the way of this attack and defending this. And still defending this. I mean, this looks like the most sensible move out of them, but not really. And then queen to b6, b5 now. Queen to b5 is quite understandable. Trying to go here with an attack, trying to go here with a lot of pressure, but be careful of tactics. And I don't actually have a threat yet, so I think that's a bit risky. He has to play a4, attacking my queen, which I wanted to move anyway. So what is bad about this? Oh, nothing, but you want to come back anyway, but this is quite a unfindable move, because why did you move it in the first place? Like, you did this, this, and this, so you're just dancing the cells on d1, f3, and g4. And by the way, if you ever move your pieces on 2 or 3 squares, think about me laughing at you that you're dancing this also. That will help you not waste time, and if you don't want to miss out on practical tips, subscribe. So the engine is actually unafraid of anything he does. I was more scared, and then I went for my plan. This is a fine move, and taking wasn't the best. Taking this was better, but I was actually quite concerned because he could take, and my only move is e takes. Oh, okay, I only thought about this, so I have to capture back with an attack on your queen. Your queen can't take, leaving this incredibly weak, and my only move is to take, bishop takes, and g6. Nope, rook to e8. Going for this, going for this, fair enough. And this is equal, but I don't like playing with a weakened pawn, and this looks like a draw. Like, the only thing is that your rook is a bit more active. I mean, after this, that's not actually true. But rook f3, making this impossible. Rook to c8, and now my rooks are a bit more active than your rooks, but that's about it, and this will be a draw. Or it at least should be a draw. We both have 2 weaknesses, but I don't know, I would love to think that I play more ambitious than this, so I took because he had a lot of tricks. That's the best move, which is hilarious, I found that. So this is just going out of the pin because I realized that this infiltration is way too strong, and I don't want to grant him this infiltration. So I evaluated what is my threat, what is his threat. His threat is stronger. How can I prevent his threat? Or make a stronger threat, but I had to prevent your infiltration, and this is actually the best move. I didn't understand this move, so I just took, and put a queen here. Apparently a5 is better. I don't understand a5 at all. What are the findable variants? Rook to... Oh, I have to cover this, but I can actually cover it with a rook. Oh, I didn't think of that. Fair enough. Yeah, rook there is actually very smart. Yeah, I only thought about developing the queen because this is actually the order that you should play it in a opening. You now develop the queen, only then develop the rooks, and I tunnel visioned on that, but I could have done this and then put my queen wherever I wanted. Yeah, this was a smart move, but not actually, I think. And taking is bad. You had to go to b3. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, fair enough. And after takes, I kind of sack you. I assume I go to c8. Yeah, c8 is the best move. Because I'm preventing this and attacking you. If you defend infiltration, blunders this. Maybe rook up so I can infiltrate. It's a fine move, but the best move is again a5. Maybe stopping this now. That doesn't even stop it. I'm quite confused why the engine likes a5 all the time. Maybe it's just taking space. Like, if you see this, you should attack there, and just taking space is always a good thing. I'm not at the level yet to understand why space is so important, other than to have easier time rotating your pieces, but I don't even have knights or something to rotate, and my bishop and queen are quite committed, and this will not help shuffling the rooks. So I don't understand this. Like, usually taking space is a very good thing, but only if it's to rotate your pieces, or that's the only way I know of that it's actually beneficial. But I mean, that's a mistake. Great move. The check take is the best move. This is an inaccuracy though. I had to go to f6 to attack, keep pressure, and defend everything. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. And I mean, how do you defend even? Rook to g4. So if I take, you have absolutely nothing. Rook to g4, queen takes f2, yes. And now you have to play this. I can come back. And you can trade queens to damage my structure, but that looks absolutely hideous. Because why would you trade queens down the pawn and I have still a very active rook? You cannot infiltrate anywhere. Rook to g3, I can put a rook on b2, which is not actually the best move. c1 is better to stop your advancement, because this leads to d takes on c4. What? Oh no, okay, I was looking at my move. You have to go here. I have to take rook to a3, so you sack a pawn to develop more. And then I can go to d2 attacking this. Rook takes here. I don't take this. Okay, it's fine to take, but then I'm letting you have a passed pawn, which is quite difficult to understand, but apparently it's totally winning. So I went for the wrong infiltration plan, which is fair enough. I should think about, can I actually infiltrate, and after rook here I don't have... I mean, I have infiltrate. Oh wait, that's smart. And now this? Why is this bad? Queen to g4. Trading queens, well, I'm totally winning. Rook takes, and I go here and I just win. Why is this not... Okay, it's totally winning. Wait, so you cannot take this, you have to take with the pawn. Why is this so much stronger? I still go here and you have nothing. F4, you just have a counterattack. I take, you have F5, rook to B2, rook to E3. Okay, you have very good counterplay. Rook to B6, and I defend everything. Rook to e1, I can push my pawn, I can put a rook behind my pawn, and I can just keep pushing it until you have to put your rook here. I can then bring my king, win your pawns. Like, this is still totally winning, I don't care. So yeah, I don't know, I should have played this check here, and I went for this instantly. That's the best move. This is also the best move. That's the best move. This is the only move. That's the best move. This is a mistake. Should have played h5, which is quite fair. But this is a pin, so you have a lot of threats. Rook takes on f2, and we are completely unconcerned with this because I can sack my queen and take yours. No. Rook takes on g2. King takes. Oh, and then I can sack my rook to take your queen. Okay, and now I just have a passed pawn and you cannot do anything. If I go here, you can go there. That's quite scary though. Oh, f6 disallowing you. That's actually a beautiful endgame lesson. Like everything is a draw except for this. That's crazy. So if you think I'm gonna put my king active, he can infiltrate, you can check, he'll take, you go here, he can get to this, you can blockade his pawns, but now he's getting to your pawns and you have to win this, and this actually looks losing, I would say. So you have to find this so he cannot infiltrate anywhere. Wow, that's beautiful. And if he plays this, you can just make it a 6-1. Wait, what was this? I don't know what this random hiccup of the engine was, but yeah, best move, just making this a 6-1, and now you have to go back. I can put up, you can come back, I can come up. You have to allow my infiltration, you have to slide one way or another. And I still created this force field, like you cannot enter anywhere. Like I just have this force field going. So the only plan you could have is to like make this pawn break, take and go to the side of something, but you don't have that time because I'll just make a queen in like 7 moves. So that's actually a beautiful endgame lesson. Okay, if you like practical tips, subscribe. By the way, because I enjoy making these a lot. Yeah, that's a very interesting thing. So I screwed it up. You find the best move, and now I'm slightly losing, but this is an inaccuracy. Best move, I mean, only move to not lose. Best move. This is a mistake. I was completely losing after rook takes on g6. I have to take a you can push your pawn. Wow. That's the best move, not a brilliant move. Engine hates my opponent. Fair enough. Oh, this is disgusting. I don't know how this is not a mate, by the way. Like, how do I stop mate? Rook takes... Oh, I have this complication still, so I'm losing as hell, but I still have complications, apparently. But I mean, this was, yeah, fair enough. If he found that, he could have it. This is a blunder. I'm totally winning again. That's an inaccuracy, but this is a mistake. I should have played queen goes to f4. Um, threatening absolutely nothing. Check, go here, check, go there. I'm not seeing my threat, to be honest. Check here. What is my threat? What if you just do this? Check is losing, yeah, I thought so. F5 check. Well, I played F5. Oh no, okay. I have to go here and threaten this mate. And you have queen, no, king to h2 to stop me. Now I have check probably. Queen to h4 check. You have to block, only move. Queen to f4 check is a repetition. I don't know why I should play queen to f4. Queen to e1 is a valid option, and this is again a mate threat. Queen f6 check is his best move. Yeah. So if you make a queen, this is mate, and the only thing you can do is go here. If I take, you can make this with a check. I can get away, and you actually have no other... Oh, you have a forced queen trade. Take, and now I have to find... Just attack your pawns, and you cannot stop this. Fair enough. Fair enough. And my best move in this position is take with the rook, actually. And then if you queen, I have just the same thing. You, yeah, okay, so it leads to the same line. Yeah, this is beautiful. I didn't see this at all. As you notice, this is a draw again. This is the only move, best move, and this is a blunder. Made in tree. Best move, only move. This is a mistake. You have to play f8. Oh, you have this check instantly. I only have one move, and this is mate. Oh, I didn't see that. And now you see the importance of making your puzzles. Make your darn puzzles. Like, my opponent could have won. Maybe against his highest rated opponent ever if he just found a maiden tree. And I mean, if you take this, and here you have to look like I have check, I have check, I have check. Calculate him. He had 11 minutes. If you see, like, in the beginning, how I made my puzzles, if my opponent did the same thing, if my opponent was a learnchess subscriber, he would have found this. If I subscribed to myself, I would have seen it coming as well. So now that you know that you're a better player because you subscribe to me, uh, than both of these players, to be honest, you should be proud of yourself. I, in the beginning of the video, said to you, like, look for all of your checks, calculate them all. This is stupid. This is myths. This is mate in tree. Oh, that's disgusting. So, yeah, be a Lunkey Chat subscriber and you would have found this. And here I'm totally winning. Because you just blunder a rook, you have complications. This is the best move. I have to find that. Block, check, force queen trade. I was expecting check. Here I was discussing to either leave like this, which is fine. If you do e8 check, now I can put my king on b6. And you actually have no checks anymore. That's cool. That's very nice. And now you have to play this, and I mean, that's actually quite annoying, but I can take apparently, and I have a lot of, I don't know, threats, something. You don't have checks, and I just have a rook and a queen very close to your king, so I don't care. Um, yeah, so if my opponent was a Lunkey Chess subscriber, I would have lost this. That's insane. So he blundered the rook, which is quite nice, and here he gave up. How I would have won this? He has to defend this, go here, check, and I mean, if you go here, I will just give up my rook and push. And you have actually nothing. Like, you could sag this pawn to push this one, but my king blockades, you cannot stop this. I'll win this, win these, make another queen, or just go for a mate instantly, and this is... But you do have to sack your rook. Probably there's an engine line where you don't sack your rook, but I don't care, like, go for this. Oh, actually, this is beautiful, wait, but this is quite complicated, though. Oh no, I can just go here, and this is also fine, yeah, so... The one thing you should be careful of, if the pawn was already here and he can put his king here, you cannot check anymore. You cannot come back because he can do the same, and you cannot stop the pawn like this anymore. If the pawn was here, right? He has this square under his control, and if you put a rook there, he just promotes, so that doesn't work. So if his pawn was one square closer to promotion, this could have been a problem, and I have to play this instantly. I cannot push this. So I mean, that's the only complication he has, but if I go here, I can let him waste his time on this, and you cannot do anything. So I'll push, you can come here, I'll push, you can come here, and this is the one important moment. If I go here and here, this can be quite complicated. My best move is going here. Your best move is to promote to a rook or promote to a queen. But let's say you are more... Oh, then I can promote. And if you promote without a check, I still have check because now these two are connected. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. So It's actually quite close. If my pawn was one further, I push you, take a rook, I queen with a check. You go, I take, you promote, and this is actually a draw, I think. So, I mean, and I cannot really not sack my rook, right? So, it's actually close to a draw there, but I mean, my pawn is just in time and his pawn is not in time enough. So this is a bit blunderable, but I think I gave you a lot of practical value. And if you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.